G'day, this is Captain Noob, and this is going to be a guide, or just a little bit of a playthrough of the Creation Club Anti-Materiel Rifle quest. So we'll just get right into it. Here's Winter here on a retreat island. This is where all my characters hang out. You just can't see them because they can only be one at once. Alright, we'll move on from that. So right now we're getting prompted to go to the Museum of Witchcraft, and if you know this game, that is where you'll find a very high level Deathclaw, basically as a guaranteed spawn. So we'll just go ahead and teleport there. In Creation Club fashion, we've brought out our classic 10mm pistol, because why not? It's actually infused with War Daddy's 10mm animations, which actually work really well, so the game is not prompting us to go through the front door, which is chained, so maybe I haven't been in here in this particular save file, who knows? Okay, now we're inside, and yeah, looks like I haven't actually been in here before, so we'll just ignore all of these jump scares and the noises. We can even have our flashlight on because we just don't care. Deathclaws don't scare me anymore. Not even scary noises scare me anymore. Not even mannequins scare me anymore. So we'll just round around the corner here, and there's the thing we need. Ah, it's Winter's story. Wait, is that... Wait a second, is that for, like, your character's name story? Hang on, I'm gonna come back here with a different character. Okay, back with Phoebes now, and... Okay, so it is dependent on your, character's name. Okay, that's neat. So what has it got to say? Phoebe picked up a note. It was kind of a shock seeing her name there. Yeah, it was a shock, wasn't it? I saw Winter there too. Not in that there wasn't a reasonable explanation for it. It could be she just misread the page. It could be the museum just had her spooked. No, not really. Or maybe some other wastelander just happened to share the name Phoebe, and the note was meant for her. Whatever the reason, Phoebe decided to keep reading. Why the hell not? There was no guarantee the words on the page were referring to her. It was only a paper mirror, a reflection made up of words. Oh, paper mirror, because that was the quest name. Only a reflection of words made up on the page. Besides, the only way to know for sure was to keep reading to the end, really. But even then, having read the page and learned her future, there was no reason to take the words seriously. At some point, she'd go back outside and wander the wasteland again, and probably shoot up Gunner's Plaza and teleport around killing monsters, and perhaps even forget about the note altogether. Eventually, those travels would bring her to Dugout Inn in Diamond City. Of course, Phoebe wasn't there on business. She just wanted to relax. But she'd go back to her island for relaxing, so she was definitely there for business. But as she walked into the inn amidst the glow of neon, something to the right caught her eye. Posted on the wall was a bounty for a killer named Zane. Someone wanted him dead. I'm guessing we're gonna have to kill that arsehole, and then we'll have the... Yep. Okay, so this is like a kind of a soft reading questline. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and teleport. Oh, there's a mythic Deathclaw. Oh, you're a big high-level boy, aren't you? We'll just take care of this in a second. Won't be long. And here we are at the Dugout Inn, and Bounty Wanted in Concord. So it's going to send us around to the place. Alright, more reading, I guess. Open notice to anyone with a lot of guts and a need of caps. I bet this guy is really weak too, because only basic-ass raiders spawn in Concord, but we'll see. A wastelander named Zane has put together a gang that's been terrorizing the area near Concord. He should be considered armed and extremely dangerous. Keep what you kill. No other reward given. Well, better be good. I spent $4 on this shit. Okay, now we're in Concord. There's probably going to be some stupid basic raiders around the corner. And it's prompting us to go inside to one of the cells, which, hang on. Okay, yep, basic raiders. That's a scum even. That's higher than what you usually see. These guys are usually the ones terrorizing Preston, so yeah, they've got to go. Down you go, mate. Also, all of their faces are changed because of a mod I've got installed. Okay, so if you're familiar with the vanilla game, there's basically nothing in this building, so what I suspect has happened is the Creation Club mod ESM type thing has actually modified this interior cell, so let's see what's inside. Okay, looks like it hasn't changed all that much. I don't usually come exploring these in the early game simply because, you know, there's nothing in them besides a couple of stuff that you may or may not need, but... Oh, he's dead. Zane's story. He's got a story. Are we ready for even more story times? Also, there's an associate. Looks like we're going to track down some associate. Silas sent to Faded Glory Laundromat on business. Connor, arsehole, stole my anti-material rifle we got from the gunners. I know it. Heard he's starting a new career near Green Tech Genetics. Gonna have to pay him a visit. Ivy, almost forgot about her. Probably still waiting at Prosper. Oh, looks like we've got even more people to kill, I guess. Yay. Okay. Also, what was his diary all about? Also, he hasn't even got a Creation Club 10mm pistol on him. What is he thinking? You've got a pleb pistol. The bounty on Zane's head had grown to 1,000 caps. Hey, this is actually story. Okay, that's how they're gonna play this. That's how notorious he'd become. But he knew that it didn't matter how expensive the bounty got or how many hunters came after him. All he had to do was flip the book ahead and read the next chapter of his story. It told him everything he needed to know. He knew where the attackers were coming from and when they'd arrive. The mirror showed him everything. The paper mirror, obviously. Okay, that's pretty neat, I guess. But every time he turned the page, it brought him closer to the end. Now there are no more pages left. Someone was coming for him. Someone bad. And no amount of preparation would help him survive. At first, Zane refused to believe it. He tore out the page in anger and slammed it on the table. When the time came, he would prove the mirror was a lie. He'd bunker down in the old Concord speakeasy and kill whatever son of a bitch came walking through the door. Well, good job, you succeeded in that. But when he read the words and discovered the hunter had a mirror of their own, he knew there was no escape. He was going to die tonight, and his friends would soon follow. Well, actually, yeah, that's true. The only measure of satisfaction he could get was to kill himself before the bounty hunter got there first. Well, that's how it went then. So he sat down and took out the vodka. The one thing he'd be saving for after he got out of the Commonwealth. He popped it open, took a sip, and with his other hand, he pulled the trigger. Okay, very, very dark and gritty, nice and Fallout-y, I suppose. So I guess we'll move on to these several other places where we're going to be, pointed to. Okay, I guess we'll just go to the closest first and progressively go down. Oh wait, the material rifle is right there. Why would we want to go to speak to these people if we know the anti-material rifle is right there? Who knows, I'm going to do it anyway, why not? Ignore that, that was just some random warfare happening that's got nothing to do with us, and ooh, stuttering frame rate. Thank you, Todd. Alright, so I guess we're going in here, the laundromat. Now, who would have thought? Hope these ghouls don't follow me in, that'd be annoying. Okay, looks like we've found Silas there. So, down you go. You're a basic raider, I could tell from your health. Oh, he's got a story too. Do we want to read that now? Oh, more reading, I guess. Zane handed Silas the pages that had pertained to him and told him to head out to Lexington. They'd been stashing bodies in the old washing machines for weeks now. Oh, that explains how you find all the skeleton and bones in it. Silas nodded his head reluctantly. The truth is he didn't want anything to do with whatever voodoo was in that book. The thing spooked him, enough just by having its name on it. But what spooked him even more was when he found out the book, some of the pages were missing. The plot thickens and stuff. Ooh, we are but less than 40 meters away from our anti-material rifle at this point. Are you getting excited? I'm excited, sort of. Okay, so now we have to fight some more stupid raiders, so they'll go down very easily. We've got quite a powerful weapon. Oh, actually, one of them's got it. Okay, that's going to make it a little bit more interesting. So this place is a neat little raider town, actually. There's not a lot going on here, so we'll just go ahead and shoot all of these guys. Maybe I should make this thing automatic because the damage isn't quite cutting it. For now, you just walk across these signs in order to get to there, and if they happen to shoot you, just shoot back. Send a few bullets their way. That'll get them to stop shooting at you, hopefully. There we go. 10mm animations are very nice on this weapon because the weapon doesn't kick up in your face like it used to. Ha! You've got a Creation Club shitty gun there. You don't even want that one. You don't even want that Creation Club gun. And there we go. There's the man with the anti-material rifle.
I got all day.
It's actually invisible apparently. That's useful.
Can't see.
I don't think he could see before I even shot him in the head. You want to do something, mate? There it is. He got it. He didn't have it in cover, but okay. We've got a penetrating anti-material rifle. Okay, the bolts on that side should be on this side, but sure. Standard receiver, 150 damage, not bad, and it looks like we've got a whole lot of customization options. We'll put that on the shelf and we'll look at it in a video on its own, but for now First impressions, it seems okay. Okay, now that we've got all of that done, the game's prompting us still to go to somewhere. Screw that turret. And I think we'll leave these guys alone, and we'll move on to whatever that waypoint is. Probably more of the story. Okay, so spawning at Swan's Pond here. Don't worry, Swan's already dead, and his bigger brother lives somewhere far to the south. And the Hey, look, there he is. The original Swan still hasn't despawned, and he's just as fugly as ever, or so twitchy as ever. So I don't think I've actually ever been in this cell before, so yeah, this is going to be all new for me, unless it's just added by the Creation Club thing, but I don't think ESMs or ESLs actually edit the world space. Okay, what have we got in here? A lot of skeletons that haven't been cleaned up. That's nice and Fallout 4-y, I suppose. And...
Let me go.
Huh.
Don't shoot me.
Oh, I thought
So
you'd...
that's it, huh?
Wow, really? You're just gonna open fire even though I wasn't firing at you? I'm not even pointing my gun at you. Okay, yes I am. Down you go then. You died and made a settler noise, so... Yeah, should probably... Right, we'll load the save back and spare her, but for now we'll just read her story. Ivy knew she had to run. She had to get far away from the Commonwealth, to a place where she could start over. Well, she didn't get very far. She didn't mean to kill him. What happened was an accident. He told her he'd done this before, that he had experience with chems. It didn't dawn her until later that he was just trying to impress her. The problem was she hadn't heard from Zane in weeks. They had met a month earlier in a bar in Goodneighbor. He said he was a smuggler. When she told him her story, he sympathized with her. He even promised to help her get to Far Harbor for a price. Something about him scared her, but she was desperate to leave and didn't know any other way, so she decided to believe him. The plan was to meet here at the Prost Bar. Perhaps if she just stayed in place, Zane would come for her. It was too dangerous outside, and there were enough rations in the bar for another week. She just had to be patient. Someone would come. Unfortunately for her, someone did. And that was me! Okay, so that completes the paper mirror. The crest reward was given to you before you finished the quest, so I guess, yeah, if you actually want to complete the quest, you gotta murder this person or spare her. Alright, we'll go ahead and spare her and see if anything interesting happens. Okay, here we are once again. All we need to do is aggro her.
Let me go.
And then
Don't
we
shoot
can
me.
walk out, and it's marking us to something else, so maybe there's a little bit more after this. Okay, looks like we've been ambushed by bounty hunters and assassins, and oh, I just killed one. Okay, I can't help but notice that they're armed with pipe pistols and a very low level, and seem to be wanting to walk right into me.
I ain't letting you get me.
Okay, I'm not even shooting you. Okay, so it looks like we're wanted for some reason. I'm guessing they all have the same note on them, so we'll just quickly put them out of their misery. Well, you brought it upon yourself. You shouldn't have shot at me first. What do you think would happen? I'm several levels above you. Okay, so this is the note on them. So, open notice to anyone with a lot of guts and in need of caps. A wastelander named Phoebe has been terrorizing the area near Prost Bar. What? I just walked by a dead swan. I wouldn't say that's terrorized. I'd killed Swan. He was terrorizing. Okay, she should be considered armed and extremely dangerous. Keep what you kill, no other reward given, which is kind of an interesting little thing because that's the same bounty note you saw in Dugout Inn, so it's kind of like a story that repeats itself, and it's very artistic, and I can't really keep up because I am but a simple man. Okay, so here we are with Ivy again. Maybe she's got to say something new. Nope, she's completely gone. But she left her story, which is probably the same as the last time. Oh wait, it changed a little bit. Okay, backtracking a little bit. Let's just go from here. The plan was to meet here at the Prost Bar. Perhaps if she just stayed in place, Zane would come for her. It was too dangerous outside, and there were enough rations in the bar to hold her for another week. She just had to be patient. Someone would come, and someone did. But while the hunter came to find a killer, something told her to stay her hand. It could have been a pity for the young woman, or perhaps it was a desire to circumvent fate. For whatever reason, Phoebe chose to do what few before her dared to do. She rejected the story that was written in the mirror, and took her fate into her own hands. When the other hunters came, Phoebe fought them off. In that moment, Ivy saw a chance to escape. She knew of another exit, one where she wouldn't be followed. Part of her wanted to say thank you to the stranger for sparing her life, but she couldn't risk dying along with her. In the end, she left behind the pages of her mirror. Maybe that would be thanks enough. Okay, so that's the conclusion of this quest, and there you go. That's what it was. So, yeah, I wasn't actually expecting to have a little bit of a story time quest line to get an anti-material rifle, and there's that quest completed once again. The good ending, so yeah, there you go. And, yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. We'll whip out our hunting rifle, or hunting rifle. I say that because it's a anti-material rifle using hunting rifle animations. Yeah, the Battlefield 1 animations. To fair game, I'm gonna probably uninstall this mod before I actually use this, but there you go, there's a sneak peek of this weapon. I'll be back to review this weapon in its own video in full, so stay tuned for that. And be sure to dislike the video if you hate Creation Club, because hell yeah, Creation Clubs are just begging for dislikes, am I right? Thanks for watching.